This one, I think you're gonna like. Honest Trailers put out a video about Snow White. Shall we see an Honest Trailers regarding Snow White, chat? I think this is gonna be good. Something tells me, and it's like a 7-minute video. Honest Trailers typically only puts out, like, I think 3-minute videos, and this one's almost 7 minutes about Snow White. This gonna be good. I can't wait. Let's do this.
In a world where Disney already remade their best films and reheated all their leftovers.
Okay, I'm sorry, but this was not reheating leftover. Seriously, Lady and the Tramp, Jungle Book, and Pete's Dragon. This was fucking Cruella. They never made a movie about Cruella before Disney decided to do a live-action version and paint her as some kind of... This was like one of the heights of Disney's whole misunderstood villain. We must sympathize with the villainess that wants to kill puppies and turn them into a fucking fur coat. And they decided, let's make her a good guy. Let's make her just a misunderstood fashionista. They didn't have the balls to actually make her villainous the entire time. The only reason why they made her villainous is because her own mother, what was it? It was wasn't it like a fashion designer owned a couple of Dalmatians? And then they, like, the evil fashion owner sicked her Dalmatian dogs on Cruella, and that's why she hates Dalmatians now, or some bullshit like that. Yeah, no, they went full misunderstood sympathetic villain with Cruella. It was just, no, fucking no. Yeah, oh yeah, the dogs killed her mother. That's what it was. Yeah, and they belonged to the evil seamstress, and the evil seamstress sicked the Dalmatians on Cruella's mother. And so now Cruella hates Dalmatians. Not that the person, not saying, okay, this person had her dogs do it. She commanded her dogs to do it. The dogs are just kind of doing what they were told. Yeah, well, let's be pissed off at the Dalmatians and want to kill old Dalmatians and turn them into a fur coat. And she's supposed to be a sympathetic villain. Now. Oh, thank God that didn't happen, Heckle. Thank God that didn't happen.
Overs. One brand will dig so deep in their nostalgia minds, they'll awaken an ancient and monstrous evil.
Oh God.
As old as the trees.
Begone, foul beasts! Go!
Okay, I've heard people say...
We're as old as the...
I've heard some people say that, like, oh, the dwarf CGI didn't look that... No! This looks fucking terrifying. Like, this literally looks terrifying. Instead of hiring dwarf actors, they created these fucking monstrosities. This is that, like, scary, hyper-realistic animation that they did in Polar Express, and on these dwarves, especially Dopey here, it looks creepy as fuck! This looks fucking creepy!
The trees.
Begone, foul beasts! Go back to the shadow!
Snow White. Disney's putting the D in desperation and reinventing your grandma's favorite movie for a generation that couldn't care less. Adding one bad boy love interest.
My name's Jonathan, Princess.
7.
Wait. Hold on.
Adding one bad boy.
Chat, look at this doesn't look real. The Uncanny Valley here is fucking strong. Let me back this up to the beginning. Look at the movements. Look at how these actors look. This looks entirely CGI. Like, obviously the effects are CGI, and I think this is on set, but the way it's filmed, this guy especially, he looks fucking CGI. He does not look real. Like, the uncanny valley on this actor in this shot is fucking strong on this one.
Adding one bad boy love interest.
My name's Jonathan, Princess.
7 blasphemies against God and man.
Was his foot missing? Well, it's behind brush. I mean, this is like brush right here. He's standing behind
Of
some brush.
interest.
My name's Jonathan.
He did not look real. Did not look at all real. He looked CGI.
Princess.
7 blasphemies against God and man. And more virtue signaling than a Coachella land
Oh,
acknowledgement.
fuck.
It seems to me that everyone here could do a much better job at listening to one another.
In this mirror image of the film that birthed American
Oh,
animation, in that it hopefully causes the death of live-action remakes.
Wait, I need to see that Snow White, quote unquote, dying from the poison apple again.
Birthed American animation, in that it hopefully causes the death.
Look at the way she just kind of dies. Look at this.
In that it hopefully causes the death.
Wonk. Really? Chat, I can do a better job than that with my model. Look. Nom, nom, nom. I've just eaten a poison apple. Oh. Literally, I just did a better death scene than Rachel fucking Zegler in this movie. Thornton, neither will I. Honestly, it's like, oh, this is, like, these are scenes I have not, like, we've watched a couple songs. Number one, I've not seen the movie. I will never see this movie. I've seen a couple scenes and other stuff we've reacted to, and now we're seeing scenes that I haven't seen yet. It's just, oh dear God, this is bad.
Death of live-action remakes. Please? Rachel Zegler stars. Some of you are already booing. Relax. Rachel Zegler stars as Snow White, a girl whose name would be Heatwave if the weather were different.
To honor the night she arrived, her parents named the girl Snow White.
When she's raw,
Yeah, that pissed off a lot of people. Instead of naming her for, because obviously Rachel Zegler can't have this, Snow White was originally named as such because her skin was white as snow. That is literally how she got the fucking name. But because Rachel Zegler is Latina, you can't say Rachel Zegler has skin as white as snow. And so Disney, realize this, Disney had to actively make this choice. Disney went in knowing that the whole reason for the existence of Snow White's name is her skin was white as snow. Going in with Disney's old school animation, the one that literally brought them back from the break, they knew it was skin as white as snow. Hair as dark as coal, lips as red as rose. Yes, they had this going in. And Black Steel, thank you for the follow. No rye yet. I am not going to insult people by saying that. So they knew this going in, and yet they cast Rachel Zegler, who is Latina, whose skin is not white as snow, and said, we're just going to change the lore and say she was born during a snowstorm, so we'll call her Snow White. Really? You couldn't find, and like, I know Hollywood loves to race swap actors like it's going out of style, and basically, I know Hollywood, Disney in particular, is doing their damnedest to basically eliminate white people from Hollywood. I realize this. They have put themselves out there and showcased that they literally want to eliminate white people and men from Hollywood. This is no. It is not a secret anymore. but literally it is baked into the lore of your own fucking movie. Your original movie. And yet you still say, fuck it, we need a DEI up this bitch. Bring in a Latina girl, and we're gonna say that she's called Snow White because she was born during a snowstorm. Literally, Disney. I mean, like, you fucked up the most barest part of Snow White. The barest part of it. And you fucked it up. Bravo.
She arrived, her parents named the girl Snow White.
When she's robbed of her Snow White privilege, she'll go full Farquaad, tumbling all the way from Disney princess to DreamWorks peasant, until she vows to take back her throne with the powers of free food.
Would you like one? Isn't much.
Okay.
Level 3 druid spells. And of course, nepotism.
My father was king. This is my father's house. My father. My father. My father. My father. My father. My father. My
My fucking God, I did not realize she talked about my father this much in a fucking movie. I had no idea she referenced her fucking father. Wait, I need to count that. Okay, we need to count this.
And of course, nepotism.
My father was king. This is my father's house. My father. 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 My father.
Your father.
Father.
My father would show mercy.
13 goddamn times, including when the wicked stepmother and the prince not prince. 13 fucking times.
So she's the female fusion of Draco Malfoy and Lord Farquaad.
Leo, do not insult Draco Malfoy and Lord Farquaad like that. How dare you? How dare you, gamer? You take that back right now, or I will bonk you, Leo. You take it back. You do not insult Draco Malfoy and Lord Farquaad. Do not insult them like that. Oh, you tempt me. And thank you, Nano. Yeah, but that sequence right there, including the singular time that the wicked stepmother said it and the prince not prince John said it, that was 13 fucking times that they referenced her father. 13 in just this clip. Holy fuck, somebody said she got dead.
I get it! I mean, come inside. Make yourself at home.
Yeah, she definitely some fucking daddy issues. Definitely. Aw, thank you, Eki.
People have caught on that Gal Gadot might not be so good at the whole acting thing.
And enough champagne to fill the Nile.
Was that so hard?
Kalel, no.
Again, we have to see it again. Yeah, because people are starting to realize Gal Gadot can't act. That's all she's got going for her, Matez. She's hot. That's it. She cannot fucking act. No, my neighbors are not playing music. You shouldn't be able to hear anything. I don't. Hang on. Let me up. If something's, hang on a second. All right, I'll fix it afterwards. I'll do a little fix. But yeah, she can't act. People have been saying. What's funny is people have been saying this for years, and it took this Snow White movie for people to finally go, yeah, this woman can't act. She is not an actor. She was a model. She should have stayed as a model.
That Gal Gadot might not be so good at the whole acting thing.
And enough champagne to fill the Nile.
Was that so hard?
Kalel, no.
Casting her as a queen whose hotness is all she is going for her. Oh, excuse me, her fairness. She's in an era where you can't post thirst traps, so she gets validation from her mirror instead.
Your beauty is beyond compare.
Hold it. Hold it. Yeah. Yeah. That face. I love that. Magic mirror, your beauty's bound to bear grumpy dwarfs. Nah.
as she sits around the castle, amassing wealth and power, while Snow White thinks that monarchy is like communism with extra steps.
The king and queen taught Snow White that the bounty of the land belonged to all who tended it.
In this confusing
Hang on. Listen again.
Thinks that monarchy is like communism with extra steps.
The king and queen.
Hey. Communism, communism, communism. Anything? Fuck. It was worth a shot. Maybe one of these days.
Taught Snow White that the bounty of the land belonged to all who tended it.
In this confusing battle between stupid good and stupid evil, that's resolved when the Snow White savior lectures the soldiers into submission.
Yeah.
You were a farmer. You have a wife. You were a baker, just like your father, Arthur. William, we lived with hope. Good things were nurtured and allowed to grow.
Okay.
Hang on, hang on, hang on. Let it play.
We lived with hope. Good things were nurtured and allowed to grow.
Okay, you win.
You remembered their names. She remembered their jobs. She remembered their wives' names. And all of a sudden they go, we will throw down our arms and side with you against the queen. That is how the evil queen is defeated. I remember your name. I remember your name. I remember what you used to do. I remember what your wife's name is. Oh, yes, princess, let us throw down our arms and we will go against the queen with you. Like, fucking William. Really? This is how the queen was defeated. I will remind you, chats, that originally, the way the queen was defeated was, number one, she gave up her beauty. Let us not forget, the evil queen, the evil stepmother, literally sacrificed her beauty to turn into the ugly hag just to poison Snow White with the poisoned apple. And then she got caught by the dwarves. And the dwarves chased her up the mountainside, ready to fucking kill her. The dwarves were going to kill this bitch. And so they chase her up the mountain. When they get to a cliff, and the evil queen tries to literally drop a fucking boulder on the dwarves, and then a lightning bolt strikes the cliffside underneath her feet, causing the cliffside to collapse and for the evil queen, the wicked stepmother, to plunge to her death. That is how the evil stepmother dies in the original Snow White. The dwarves chase her down. She tries to kill the dwarves. God basically says, bitch, I don't fucking think so. And goes, kazap. And basically causes her to fall to her death. And I'm pretty sure the boulder kind of topples down after her. So even if she somehow managed to survive the fall by magic, she's going to get turned into a fucking wet smear 5 seconds later by the boulder coming down on top of her. That was the original. That is how they defeated the evil queen. No, Emperor, you're thinking of Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty, the emperor, the evil queen turns into a dragon. Snow White, she turns into the old crone. Poisons Snow White, gets chased off a cliff, falls off and dies. And in this movie, not only does the evil stepmother turn herself into an evil crone, poison Snow White, she's able to reclaim her beauty, thus neuterate she was so evil, she was so corrupted by knowing that Snow White was more beautiful than she sacrificed her beauty to become the old hag just so she can trick Snow White into eating a poison apple. In this movie, she changes into the old hag, poisons Snow White, and then becomes beautiful again and goes back and rules her kingdom for a while Snow White slumbers. And then Snow White comes back and says, I remember your names. And they go, oh, we stand with Snow White. Like someone's been on fucking Twitter too much. And then I'm going to let it cook because they will probably talk about how the queen in this movie is actually defeated, which is fucking stupid as hell.
At least when Paul Atreides did this, it ended with a cousin fight.
Dune. Is that okay?
Enough of this charade.
Take a detour through the forest.
She literally said, bitch, give me that thing back. You ain't gonna get this. She literally did a bitch, give me that.
Enough of this charade.
Take a detour through the forest where they shot Evil Dead. Shot Evil Dead.
And now that would make for a much more interesting scene if they went all fucking Evil Dead. Whoa! Hey, God. I was honestly not expecting that reference to be in relation to this. I God. Okay, it's a... fuck. Don't go
Then
too far.
arrive at something truly horrific. These weird little freakos.
Yeah.
7 dwarves who look like they should be killing horny teens by a lake, proving that
Yes.
Hollywood doesn't need AI to produce uncanny monsters. It can make them the old-fashioned way. Ugh. Ugh.
God. Oh, Jesus.
Alongside these
Fucking hell! Okay, what the actual fuck was that?
old-fashioned way. Ugh. Ugh. Ah!
Dear fucking God, chat. What the hell am I looking at right now? Oh my God, what is this? What in God's name is this right now? I think it was a corn on the cob. That's like a corn on the cob. Like, look at, this is something you would see in Nightmare on Elm Street. This reminds me of Nightmare on Elm Street Part fucking 3. Where the girl is like fed to death by her mother and her cheeks get all puffed out like that and she has like food seeping out of her mouth because she is like crammed with food. That's what this reminds me of. This reminds me of fucking Nightmare on Elm Street. Dear God. And chat, yes. We must not forget. Disney elected not to hire dwarf actors and do this instead.
What the f*** is that?
Yeah. Disney elected not to go the cheaper route and hire dwarf actors, and instead go the more expensive and horrifying route and do this CGI monstrosity instead, which probably costs 2 to 3 or more times than hiring dwarf actors. Because King Fuck of the Dwarves said no. Because Peter Dickless, King Dwarf, said no, don't hire dwarf actors. Don't stereotype dwarf actors like that. Because King Dickless says so. This is the result.
Alongside these garbage pail kids, you'll meet 6 non-dwarves, plus 1 real one, as if an...
Uh-huh. And this, chat, is these people were originally going to replace the dwarves. This is the crazy part. These guys here, these seven dirty hippies, the 7 DEI hires, were going to be originally replacing the dwarves. This is what that's what these 7 were originally going to do. Like these 7 plus Johnny Boy here. They were originally not going to have dwarves. They were not. They were going to have these 6, quote, magical creatures, unquote. And it was these 7 dirty hippies. That's who was going to replace the dwarves. And yes, one of them is a fucking dwarf. One of them actually is a dwarf. By the way, look at this hairstyle. Seriously. Who, even in magical fairy tale land, who would wear this fucking hairstyle of having an afro literally shaved down the middle? Oh, and by the way, this is a woman. This is a woman that they did this to. That they made her shave her afro in the middle. Modern Disney, ladies and gentlemen. Modern fucking Disney.
6 non-dwarves plus 1 real one, as if an...
And none of them have names. I think like 1 or 2 actually have a name. Disney is so fucking pathetic. Their original replacements for the dwarves, when they got sidelined to a band of thieves because people like flipped their shit because Disney actually removed the dwarves from Snow White and the 7 Dwarves, they still cast these actors, they still ran lines to them, they still put them on film, and they were still on a contract, so they had to put them in somehow. None of them have names except for like 2 of them. The dwarf that is part of this thief group actually has a name because he shouts it every 5 seconds. And I think 1 other one they actually call by name. Otherwise, none of these 7 dirty hippies has a fucking name in this movie. 2 out of the 7 have a name and that's it. You are never told the names of any of these other thieves. And thank you, Darkwood.
Intern mixed up 2 drafts of the script and no one noticed. Leading them is Jonathan, who's like Robin Hood, if you squint real hard and also have a head injury. He's taking a break from brooding and entering.
This criminal was caught in the scullery pilfering royal supplies.
To half-assedly flirt with Snowy, even though she has way stronger chemistry with Dopey.
Oh yeah, and well, let's see if he says it.
Until he does the duty of every man in a fairy tale and kisses an unconscious woman. To be fair, he thought he was just kissing her corpse. I mean, that's better, right? Prepare your ears for the most poorly conceived musical.
Okay, he may or may not say it. By the way, chat, the chemistry between Snow White and Dopey is as such. Chat, Dopey actually talks in the end. Okay? At the end of the movie, Dopey actually speaks, and you heard the narration at the beginning of this video. Like there was a narrator. Yeah, Dopey is the fucking narrator of the Snow White movie. Dopey, the one silent dwarf, speaks. Yes. And yeah, they put, but notice, he kisses her chin. He doesn't kiss her on the lips. He kisses her, there's some upper lip contact there. But he's basically kind of kissing her chin. He's not actually giving her, and we must not forget. Correct me if I'm mistaken, chat, but wasn't the Curse of Snow White that was it, pardon me, was it True Love's kiss or the kiss of a prince? It's been a while. I cannot remember if the original if the original Snow White was True Love's kiss or just okay, it was True Love's kiss. I couldn't remember if it was True Love's kiss or the kiss of a prince. They've known each other an extremely brief time, and all of a sudden, this is True Love's kiss. Oh, heckle, that doesn't surprise me. Rachel Zegler, I don't think wanted a kiss at all. Rachel Zegler, I think, did not want to basically come under the witch's spell. She didn't want to be awakened by True Love's kiss. She said this in the interview. It's like, she's not going to be awakened by True Love's kiss. Because fans were like, motherfucker, you better put the kiss in. That is literal Snow White. They were forced to put the kiss back in. Yeah, exactly, yeah. And also, she's not going to be saved by the prince. That was Gal Gadot saying that. Which is funny, because when Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot were doing those initial interviews, Gal Gadot was right there, because Rachel Zegler was she's not focused on love. She's focused on being a great leader, and she wants to be the strong leader that her fathers know she can be. And then Gal Gadot comes piping in she's not going to be saved by the prince. And the funny thing is, Gal Gadot ended up hating Rachel Zegler. That's the funny thing. In the end, Gal Gadot ended up fucking hating Rachel Zegler. And wanted to have nothing to do with her. Yeah. It was fucking bad. And, Rachel Zegler has managed to piss off everyone. Literally, and yeah, Rachel Zegler literally became the poison apple. Literally. Oh, yeah, because Rachel Zegler was and she forced Gal Gadot to get security to protect her kids because Rachel Zegler, during the filming of this movie, decided to post pro-Palestinian rhetoric on Twitter and did not fucking care that her goddamn co-star is Jewish. She didn't even fucking care that her co-star is fucking Israeli and that people might go after Gal Gadot because they're because all of the simps' precious queen posted a pro-Palestinian thing. And so, of course, they're going to start threatening Gal Gadot because Gal Gadot is Israeli. And so Gal Gadot fucking hates Rachel Zegler. Oh, and I'm a full belief that studios need to shut down all social media for their talent during the filming of their productions. It has been a long-standing belief for me that when a production is being filmed, that the actors get fucking muzzled, that if they go on pressers, they get fucking muzzled, and the only thing they say is, we had a great time making this movie, we hope we made something everybody enjoys, and that you will come out to see it with us, full stop, that's it. Say no more. Do not let them on social media. Do not let them say fuck all. Damn sure don't let them get political, because that's what's taking their fucking movies. Perfect example is I heard about this, that when Tom Cruise and crew were doing pressers for the latest Mission Impossible movie, and reporters tried to press him on political issues, and he said, you know what, we don't care about that, we'd like to talk about the movie. Based. Fucking right there. Say what you will about Tom Cruise with Scientology or whatnot, somebody tries to turn his presser for his upcoming movie into a political thing, and he just went, yeah, we don't want to talk about that, we're here to talk about our movie. We'd like to talk about our movie now.
Woman. To be fair, he thought he was just kissing her corpse. I mean, that's better, right? Prepare your ears for the most poorly conceived musical since the butthole cut of Cats that barely updates the hokey 1930s songs, stages every number as a slow walk towards the camera. And if you thought there was no chance Gal Gadot could sing worse than the Imagine video,
Imagine there's no heaven.
keep dreaming.
But to start, I don't have the heart, as you might recall. A voice.
Jesus fuck. Okay, we need to hear that again. I don't think he did. Colonel, did he? I don't think he did, but I could be wrong. I could be mistaken about that. We need to hear this again.
But to start, I don't have the heart, as you may recall. A voice as creaky as a cackle.
They gave her 2 songs? Why? So get...
My fucking god. Hey, my fucking god. That was so fucking bad. Those few bars that we just heard, dear God, could they not just get someone to dub, like an actual singer, to dub over Gal Gadot during these singing numbers? Like, seriously. They've done it before. Why the hell did they let Gal Gadot fucking sing? Oh my... That I think they did, and obviously it did not help. It did not fucking help. Oh my Jesus. Oh God. Capyvarina. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you for the follow.
More upset than you thought was possible over a 1930s princess cartoon. Whether you're mad that Rachel Zegler dismissed the original.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
Mad at either side of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
Yes, there it is. There it is, right here. This shit. This shit right here. Like, Gal Gadot is not wholly innocent in this. She is not. Because she's done her own fucking post on this bullshit. But let's face it, Rachel Zegler is the fucking star. And I hate to say it, there is an exorbitant amount of support on this side versus this side. And the people on this side have no problem making death threats to the people on this side. Oh, I'm very aware she did heckle. I'm very aware. Oh, sorry. That is what Gal Gadot said. It's just, they're realistically, they're both in the wrong. They are both in the wrong. But who wants forced Gal Gadot to get extra security for her children? Because for whatever reason, the people on this side of this conflict love making death threats against people on this side of the conflict in the United States. I mean, they're both wrong for this. They are. But there's a good reason why Gal Gadot hates Rachel Zegler on this. Because she basically forced her to get extra security because there was a threat to her children. Because Rachel Zegler is a fucking child herself, and it's just like, I don't care. I'm going to stand for a group of people that, like, here's the big thing. Rachel Zegler is not Palestinian. Rachel Zegler is Latina, and she's standing for a group that she has no association with, and she's jumping on a fucking bandwagon. Gal Gadot is actually Israeli. So it makes fucking sense that Gal Gadot would make this statement. Because she is Israeli. It is literally her people. Rachel Zegler, yeah, she is just jumping on the bandwagon. She is desperate for that clout, for that popularity. This was a fucking popularity grab. Make no mistake. She did this because she perceived as being on the side of right and people that, and like, I'll be popular because of this. And, well, we know how that all turned out.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Mad at either side of the ethics and dwarf casting debate. Or just mad that all the costumes look like they were purchased at Spirit Halloween.
Yes!
It's the rare film that united the entire world in anger.
Here we go. That was the ending. This is how the evil queen is defeated. Snow White comes in, yaps at her.
Get some help.
Snow White comes in, yaps at her. The evil queen gets pissy,
that
breaks her
united the
magic
entire
mirror.
world in anger.
The magic mirror shatters, resulting in her being shattered, and then all of it getting sucked back into the magic mirror. That is how the evil queen, the evil stepmother, was defeated. Because she got pissy. I am dead fucking serious, Seamus. Because she threw a fucking hissy fit, she defeated herself. To quote someone, weird. Yeah, that's one way to look at it, Nano. Yeah, she basically said, instead of wanting to stick around and listen to Rachel Zegler, she said, fuck this shit, I'm out, and broke the magic mirror because she knew what would happen.
As only this movie, Rise of Skywalker, or Quantum Mania have done before.
Dog.
Wow, Disney, you are killing it these days. And by it, I mean the industry. Starring Zegler's Can't Be Choosers. Wonder, woo man, this is bad. We Have Robin Hood at Home. Comedy and Tragedy's Long Lost Brother.
This is the one thing out of this whole fucking movie that they got right. They got the magic mirror right. Like the face in the magic mirror, they actually got this bang the fuck on, and it is the one singular thing that Disney did in this entire movie that they got correct. This one thing. And while I haven't seen it, from what I've heard, the way that the mirror intones, the way the mirror speaks, also is very much in line with how the magic mirror of the original spoke. So it is literally the only thing that Disney got right out of this whole fucking movie. Duran, no, it's not. It is not hard to fuck up. They could have instead of done the basically the theatrical mask style that was in the original, they could have just stuck a person's face in there. They literally could have gone the route of just sticking a person's head in here. It would have been very easy to fuck up. This is the one good, whoever it was that made this decision, made the one singular good decision out of the whole movie. And Nano, you're right about that, but I'm not referring to it being broken at the end. I'm just talking about the look, and from what I have heard, the voice. The voice characterization of the magic mirror. That is the one thing they got correct.
Unbearably.
Yeah, what's up with your whole deal, Doc?
He had grumps like a schmuck, face like a...
Look! Fucking whoa. Did Grumpy literally just do an I'm going to kill you gesture? Grumpy literally just threatened to fucking kill someone in this movie. If it was towards Snow White, I may have a change of opinion on Grumpy if this was towards Snow White. If this was done, if he was looking at Snow White while she was bossing around all the dwarves and telling them to clean up their home after she fucked it up, and he did this number, I will have a much much different opinion of Grumpy. And by the way, Voracious Blackston? Is that a brigade for something? Anyway, Voracious, thank you for the follow. Yeah, Fenris, I know the headcanon that Grumpy is Blackstone. Oh, it's for stone. Okay, well, Voracious Blackstone, thank you for the follow. Yeah. Because bearing in mind, chat, one thing about this, Snow White comes in, falls asleep in their shit. And when they come home, Snow White, instead of like, okay, you are providing me with a home and food, and so I'm going to repay that kindness by cleaning up your home. No, instead of doing that, she says, cool, you're giving me room and board, now clean up your shit, and actually makes the dwarves clean up their home. And does not do a fucking thing to pitch in to help. She just sits back and dances and sings and makes the dwarves clean everything up. She doesn't do a fucking thing. Completely removing the entire aspect of Snow White that was kindness. The huge part of Snow White was the fact that she was one of the kindest individuals in all the land. She was grateful for their help, she was kind, and Disney said, fuck that shit, we need a girl boss. Forget being kind, which was a core tenet of Snow White, she's gonna girl boss this shit up. Worked out pretty good, didn't it? Huh?
Muck, schmuck, face like a muck, guck, yuck. Euphoria! Schnoz, the great and powerful. Freaks and meeks. As tired as I am coming up with puns. And my life is dope, and I do dope shit. The Princess and the Slog.
Hot milk. It helps me sleep.
What are they milking? I haven't seen one cow this entire time. Hasta
And I.
la pasta, baby.
Hasta la pasta, baby.
Why not Zoidberg?
Why not Zoidberg?
If we're kind and polite, the world will be all right.
Hey, friend. I hope things get better for you.
Oh. Holy crap. Yeah. I saw that hit the feed today and said, we must watch this.